You're going to see how I repair a door ding in a car door by just gently pushing out the dent with paintless dent repair tools. So let's first look at this door ding that we're going to be working with in this car door. We've got a little bit of damage towards the top, but we're going to be concentrating here on this door ding. And it looks to be about the size of an inch. When we look at it here, we are seeing about an inch in size, but we actually want to look at it from the side angle, and we can see the overall size of the damage is actually 2 inches. And looking at it from this view, we can see we've got a 2-inch size dent. And we're going to take the size and the depth, and we're going to calculate the cost of paintless dent repair in just a minute. So first, what I'm taking is my depth gauge, and I'm measuring the depth of this dent. And now it may not look like a very deep door ding, and you can see here we've got between about 1/4 of a millimeter of depth to about 1/2 millimeter of depth, and that is considered about a medium depth dent. So we've got our auto reconditioning application here. We're going to select the door panel. We're going to select a 2-inch size dent, and it is a medium size depth dent. So we're going to select the medium depth category here. And when we do that, those couple of factors give us the cost to repair professionally of $236.90. So first, before we push out the dent, we want to prepare the panel. And what we want to do here is it does have a little scuff mark in it. It is not a deep scratch. So I'm just taking a little bit of rubbing compound and rubbing it out by hand. That gives me this finish here where I can actually see down into the bottom of the dent. Now, in order to repair this dent, we're going to be repairing it from the window opening. So we've rolled down the window and we leave it up just a little bit. We take our easy air wedge here and just slide this in between the door panel and the glass, just to give a slight gap for our paintless dent repair tools. First, what I want to do is I actually want to look down into the panel and see if there is any bracing or obstructions in the way. And this particular dent is in the open. And then I'm going to take my plastic felt lined window guard and just slide it in between here, and this is just to protect the glass when the tool is used. Now, when working on a door ding like this, I am going to work on it from the horizontal direction, and that is because this was creased and it had that slight scuff mark in it, and it tells me that I've got a little bit of a crease here and I need to work with it from this direction first, starting from one side and work on it to the other. So I'm going to take my first paintless dent repair tool here. I've got a little bit of tape on it. I'm going to slide it in between the door and just gently push up this dent a little bit at a time. And the tape is on there to avoid pushing too hard on the dent. I only want to do it very gently. And when we take a closer look up here, we can see that I'm just gently pushing in the bottom of the dent. Now the whole panel actually flexes when I do this, but I'm only concentrating these pushes in the bottom of the dent. Now I need to take my knockdown tool with my special tip here, and this is just allowing me to open the dent back up and push down any high spots that may have been caused by the first pushes. And I'm going to take my next paintless dent repair tool. It is a very sharp tip tool, and I'm going to use this through the door opening the same way as the other tool. But this allows me to just gently work through those low spots. And you can see here, I'm just working those small creases that were in the bottom. Now this was a sharp dent, even though it was only medium depth and not a very sharp dent. It was sharp enough that we need to be very precise on where we're pushing. Now I'll continue to knock down and push both. But what I want to do next is I actually want to turn the light the other direction. And once I do this, we can see that it almost looks like it is a vertical crease now. And that is because I worked out the horizontal portion. But when we take a closer look, it looks like we have just a normal up and down door ding that we need to work with. So I'm going to continue to use that sharp paintless dent repair tool down through the door opening and just work through the center of this dent, gently pushing up those spots. Now, even though this is a sharp tool and you can see a little bit of the panel flexing, I'm not putting so much pressure that is actually poking out the damage too much. But I'll continue with my special knockdown tool here just to blend out the panel back and forth and continue to work with the very small detail in this panel. Now, if you were to attempt this yourself, you probably wouldn't even actually be able to see when you're working on the panel. That's why we have our special paintless dent repair lights to do this, and many years of trained experience to know exactly where I'm pushing at. Now here I'm also working with a special hammer to gently blend out the metal. It gets distorted and a little bit wavy, especially when it's very thin metal on a car like this. When the dent got stretched, it's not just dented in, it can spread out a bit, so this special hammer allows to help with that. And then I'll be able to go in and gently push up these very small, little detailed marks in the panel. And just this little bit of work is just very detailed. It's actually just working with the orange peel. If you were to look at this and it wasn't directly into the light, you probably would believe that this dent was completely gone. But when you want high quality, excellent results from a professional paintless dent repair technician, you're going to get that very fine detail work. Now also just to finish buffing out any of those little bit of scuff marks and any work marks from knocking down and polish up the panel, and we're going to take a look at the final results here in just a second. All right, so we've got another excellent completed repair here with Paintless Dent Repair at Excel Dent Removal. If you have a door ding in your vehicle and you are looking to get that done, and you are in the Minnesota or the Minneapolis and St. Paul area, definitely reach out. I will be happy to take care of that for you. If you've got any questions, be sure to leave a comment below, and I'll get those answered for you also. Thanks for watching.